Hi, I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris. Together we're the Gen X couple.
Hey guys.
Take two, not my fault.
It was 100% your fault.
Hello, everyone.
I started it and I was like, hey guys, and Chris was zoning out and it made me cause a delay. So there was some dead air. So we restarted again. All I got out was, hey guys, and then a bunch of laughter, maybe some cursing, not sure. Anyway, it's that time of year, and today we are diving headfirst into one of the most dreaded yet strangely exhilarating times of the year. Back to school season.
Well, it depends if you're a kid or a parent, too.
That's true. Actually, I was one of the parents that was always sad about summer vacation ending because I love doing stuff with the kids when they were little. Anyway.
So that's right. Summer is winding down, and it's time to say goodbye to the chaos of unstructured days, the eternal presence of sticky popsicle fingers, and the endless chorus of on board. And hello to the structure of school schedules, early wake-up calls, and the joy of arguing over algebra homework.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that. But don't worry, we're here to help. Today, we are breaking down how to survive and, dare I say, thrive as your family transitions from summer mode into school mode.
We'll cover everything from bedtime battles to school supply meltdowns, morning madness, and even that all-important first day photo. Let's be honest, it's more fun for the parents than the kids.
Definitely.
So grab your coffee, your planner, and maybe a stress ball or two, and let's get started.
All right, let's start with a reality check. If you've been letting your kids stay up till midnight watching Netflix and sleep till noon, transitioning back to a 7 a.m. wake-up call is going to be like waking a hibernating bear who just so happens to have a TikTok addiction. Here are some tips. Gradual bedtime adjustments. You can't suddenly enforce a 9 p.m. bedtime the night before school starts, right? So start adjusting their sleep schedule a week or two before moving their bedtime back in 15 or 30-minute increments. Next, we suggest the great device detox, which is definitely easier said than done. But try to reduce screen time before bed. And I know, this is much easier said than done. But blue light and TikTok rabbit holes are not just a recipe for restful sleep. Did I say that right?
Yes. In my head, it sounded right.
Yeah. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is wean the devices away from the kids before bedtime because it's going to help them sleep better. And last but not least, try some morning rehearsals. A week before school, start practicing wake-up times. And try to make it fun, or at least bribe them with some pancakes.
Yes. I once tried to wake my son up early the week before school, and he mumbled, "Tell my teacher I quit." So, set expectations accordingly.
Yeah. So now let's talk about one of the most harrowing experiences known to humankind. What I mean by that, I can't spit it out, is school supply shopping. If you've ever wrestled another parent for the last pack of Crayola markers at Target, you know exactly what I mean.
So here are some tips. Shop early if you can. Avoid the madness of last-minute shopping. Amazon, curbside pickup are your best friends. And take the kids. Yes, they want to get the glitter gel pens, and no, they are not required. But let them choosing a few fun items can be the process less painful.
He looked at me like I was going to make fun of him for tripping up, and I was going to let it go until he gave me the side eye. Fun?
Yes. And you want to make sure you label everything because these kids lose everything.
Facts.
And if you don't want to repurchase 14 glue sticks by October. Trust me on this one.
Yeah, I once saw a mom at Walmart who had reached her breaking point. She grabbed a random binder and screamed, "This is your binder now. I don't care what color it is." And I have never related to someone more in my life.
Yes, mornings before school are a delicate balance of efficiency, patience, and a healthy dose of caffeine.
Yep.
You have roughly 45 minutes to get everyone dressed, fed, packed, and out the door without anyone losing their mind, including yourself.
Before I give you some tips, I have to say there was a a year that both of my kids, well, you guys probably too, they did their schooling online because of the whole COVID situation. And the youngest, he started school at 7:45. He was in middle school at that point, and his alarm was set for 7:44.
Yes.
He would get up, grumble something, and then log in at 7:45. He gave himself 1 minute to get to school, and he made it on time every day. Although I wouldn't have even cared if he didn't, because we were in the middle of, I don't know what we were in the middle of. We were in the middle of
pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic, but it was kind of like laid back during those times. But anyway, my point is he gave himself 1 minute. And actually these days, I know we said 45 minutes, which is insane because he wakes up 10 minutes before he rolls out the door now. He showers the night before.
Well, that 45 minutes is for us as parents.
That's true. I do like the quiet time in the morning because, yeah, he's going to be going into his senior year in high school this year. And I get him up 10 minutes before school because he sleeps through his alarms most of the time. And yeah, 8 of those 10 minutes are him grumbling about having to get up. And then he gets dressed, brushes his teeth, and runs out the door in 2 minutes. So anyway, if you have a normal kid who wakes up, here are our tips for balancing your busy mornings once the kids are back to school. And I still do this as an adult, but lay out your clothes the night before. It avoids the I have nothing to wear crisis at 7 a.m. Pre-pack your lunches. We still do that. I do that for Chris. He packs his lunches the night before. Mornings are not the time to be crafting gourmet bento boxes. Get everything prepped the night before, and you will save yourself a hassle in the morning. And if you're motivated, create a morning checklist. Visual reminders actually work wonders. Having an ADHD child, we know all about having the checklists. It helps so much. You can add things like brush teeth, eat breakfast, grab your backpack, and it should be plastered somewhere visible.
And what I like what you do too is, so he'll never forget his backpack. She puts it right before the door, so he has to hit it on his way out.
Yeah.
So he never forgets his backpack.
Yeah, when I'm over making my coffee at the kitchen counter, I grab the backpack and I prop it up against the door. So that way he has to lift the backpack to get out of the house. It's like a trap.
So let's move on to the end of the school day. That's right, homework time.
Let me just say before you carry on, I'm 100% against homework. The end.
The magical time of the day when kids suddenly remember they need a snack, a bathroom break, and to have a full existential crisis before starting their math worksheet.
Yeah. Remember we used to spend hours on like 3rd grade math worksheets. I'm sorry, if they're going to spend 8 hours a day in school, they don't need to spend 2 hours doing homework at home. Anyway, I can feel a rant coming on, so I'm going to stop myself now. Here are some of our tips to make homework time run a little more smoothly. Create a homework zone, which is a quiet, dedicated space for work that helps minimize distractions. Set a routine, whether it's right after school or after dinner, find a time that works and stick to it. We always did right after school because I think it's better to just get it out of the way, and that way you have the rest of your night free and you don't have to stress about having to do it later. But whatever works for you. And also, we suggest using timers. The Pomodoro technique, which is work for 25 minutes and then break for 5, can be a game changer, especially if there's a ton of homework. They need breaks, especially after being in school for 8 hours, and then they've got hours worth of homework. They shouldn't have to sit and do all that homework at one time. Let the kids take a break. At least that's my advice.
Now, I'm an accountant and I love numbers and math. But one time I was trying to help my son with Common Core math. And by the end, we were both crying. And I had to Google private tutors near me.
Yeah, I don't get the Common Core. They switched. So the oldest went through school with quote unquote normal math. Middle one, they changed when he was in 3rd grade. So he had a few years of normal math and then he went to Common Core. And the youngest has been all Common Core. It's very stressful. When I had to do math homework with the kids, I always did math my way. And my way is the worst way because I can't do math to save my life. I am a writer in my spare time. So I know English, I've got grammar, I can wordsmith a paragraph together or an essay, but I can barely add 16 plus 76, which I can't even do in my head because I can't do math. So anyway.
92.
Thank you. See, I knew you could do that in your head. That's why I love you. You're the math guy. I'm the English gal. Because you can't do English. We've established that. You're not great at pronouncing even the simplest words. So we balance each other out. You can do my math, and I can help you write stuff. Anyway, the first day of school is an emotional roller coaster. It is. Parents are either sobbing or doing a victory dance, depending. And kids are either excited when they're young or plotting their escape. So here are my tips to make the first day of school go a little more smoothly. Do the first day photo early. Before the chaos hits, get that photo in. Keep the goodbyes short and sweet. Lingering goodbyes just make it harder. Have a fun transition for after school, like ice cream, their favorite meal, or something to celebrate the first day.
And there you have it, folks, your ultimate back-to-school survival guide. Whether you're a seasoned pro or first-time school parent, or just remember, nobody has it all together, and that's okay. And we actually help our middle child in his college days get ready, make sure he's all set to go.
We do. Yeah. And he himself is going to be a teacher someday. So
Yes.
he'll be on a different end of the spectrum. And maybe once he graduates and all that, we'll have him on for an interview once he has a class full of, I don't know what grade. I think he wants to teach 4th or 5th grade. He's going for elementary education, which goes up to 6th. I feel like he said 4th or 5th. That way he doesn't have to, wipe noses or any of that with the little kindergartners. But wouldn't it be so cute to have a room full of kindergartners?
It would.
That would be so cute. But I think he's aiming for older elementary. Actually, his girlfriend is also going for teaching, but she's secondary, so she'll be teaching junior high or high school. And I'm pretty sure she's focusing on science. So I think she's going to be a science teacher or some form of science. I think she's studying, I don't even know. Tatum, what are you studying? She's not going to ever hear this.
Rocks.
I think she is like geology sort of thing or earth sciences. So maybe we'll have them on someday.
Yes.
If we're still doing this a few years from now. Anyway, I got off track. But I don't know what I was going to say.
So thanks for tuning in today.
I lost my whole train of thought thinking about him being a teacher. We're so proud, by the way. Carry on.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with your fellow exhausted parents. And until next time, take care and see you later, alligator.
In a wild crocodile.